us. Ain't too many niggas that can hang with us. I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous. Ain't too many niggas that can hang with us. I be on it late night. Get right, no sleep, daylight. Stay tight, yeah, just how I like. And I just might be on, yeah, we on. Whenever we link up, it's a riot, and I'm on a brink up. Getting out, like this is my exit, and I'm up next, like I'm second. Yeah, if you don't know, I've been on one with the go-toes, kicking shit. And no, I ain't missing shit, but I know Shawty missing it, like a sick day. And it's only on a 6th day, so from mouth to the mouth, she really pray me like a Sunday. But I'm off on the runway, getting back to the bag, cause I need it in the worst way. I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous, ain't so many niggas that can hang with us. I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous, yeah. Ain't so many niggas that can hang with us.
You talking that shit?
You ain't trying to my motherfucking name.
It goes 1 with it, 2 with it, 3 with it, who with it? I need top like new fittings in your box like jacks. Get you coming right back, get you jumping right up out your socks. I'm intellectual when it comes to the wordplay, and I'm killing on the microphone, and I'm sexual. Whenever I'm at your girl's place, have a dribble with the mic alone, the mic alone. Lean with the rounds, I'ma need some ice to bone. Never spend a night alone, so what's up with it? Come through on your girl again, ran through like drunk love. Whenever we at Cancun, at the damn pool, get wild at bamboos. Go home and start acting brand new. See me on Wendy, motherfucker been on, but you still ain't heard about me. One, I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous, ain't so many niggas that can hang with us. I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous, ain't so many niggas that can hang with us. I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous, ain't so many niggas that can hang with us. I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous, ain't so many niggas that can hang with us. I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous, ain't so many niggas that can hang with us. I can't help, I'm on and I'm feeling myself, yeah. Woke up real dangerous, ain't so many niggas that can hang with us. I be on it late night, get right, no sleep, daylight. Stay tight, yeah, just how I like. And I just might be on, yeah, we on. Whenever we link up, it's a riot, and I'm on a brink up. Getting out, like this is my exit, and I'm up next, like I'm set.
What up? What up? What up, everybody? What up? We are back. It is the live after Mania, after Raw, after Mania. It is the live pre-draft process. It is the live after 420 for those of y'all who need to clean. It is a live after Easter. There's just too much going on this live, man. So we're here. We're ready. We're doing good. Myself, Vita, Soy Sauce in the building. We are ready to get it going. Talk WrestleMania. We probably won't do too much football talks today because the draft is Thursday and we will be live for the first round. So we'll get to that. Soy, how has the week been? How's it going? What's new? What's shaking?
Been cool, man. Just finished up a 50-something hour fast. I was gonna go for the 3-day fast, but yeah, we got to two days and some change, all water fast. But feeling good, feeling great, man. It's been a good thing.
Man, getting it fast, it'll have you starting to starve for things you don't even like. Like, man, these baked Cheetos don't look that bad.
Man, the hardest thing was like fighting the impulse. Like I went and got my wife some
Yeah,
McDonald's. She always gets salt with no fries with no salt. Bro,
yeah,
fighting the impulse to reach in that bag and grab a fries just because that's what I normally do. So it was
yeah,
just fighting that impulse. Once I got past that, man, everything else was easy.
yeah. I got people that I used to be around. They said they used to always ask for their McDonald's with like no salt because they know they have to make it fresh. Like, but they would still get salt packs on the side.
Yeah, that's
But they
that's
was
exactly
like,
what it is.
so I was like, all right, that's funny. I get it. So yeah, around this way we got said, after WrestleMania and all that, we got next week's is Leah's birthday. Week after we got my wife's birthday going into Mother's Day. We are just settling in. We done had too many birthdays already. It's been a rough day yesterday. A rough day, been a tiring one. Yesterday we worked out. Never drink an energy drink before working out, especially if it's a like afternoon night workout. Man, that mug had me back up at 1:30. Been up ever since. Went back
Damn.
to the gym for getting on here. So I just know once we're done with this, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be good. Be get me a good sleep.
And it
So
didn't make you crash?
yeah, yeah. They make crash and none, man. So said I'm excited for it. Like I'm excited for the draft, but I'm excited to go to sleep. Cause like I was laying down with Zeke downstairs and I was like, I should just tell him cancel this. But I was like, nah, we got too much to talk about. A lot happened in WrestleMania and Raw after Mania. I think that's gonna be the heavy focus for today because it's Thursday. We will be just live watching, reacting to the draft. We have a draft game. We do the John O'Neill challenge. Birth because Gamma Newts every year find some random linebacker from like a welding shop parking lot. Like, man, if I could have a linebacker on my team, it'll be that guy. So just random. Every wrong pick this year instead of a drink, we'll be doing push-ups. And every trade in the first round, we'll be doing push-ups. Soy is back-to-back champion. Out of the 2 years we did it, Soy's back-to-back champion. So you got to try to dethrone him from three-peating. That's going to be the sick part.
Ain't looking
So
good this year. Ain't looking good this year, Us. It ain't looking good this year.
I don't think it's looking good. I think if somebody can get a solid 15, they'll catch that. Like both years, I think got close to 20 or hit 20. So yeah, it was a tough one. It's been a ride, but yeah, excited for the draft. But so yeah, today we'll just big focus on everything that is WrestleMania and Raw after Mania. Sprinkled in. I've caught no NBA. I've been captured in my life in WrestleMania and everything that pertains to wrestling right now. And then we got the draft, and then after that it's just everybody living their dreams until preseason and the season starts. So I got back into Boruto. Got back into Boruto. I actually dated myself back a little bit, rewatching some of the episodes just so I can get into the flow of it. But yeah, that I'm trying to really get the feel of how I felt back watching that. But I said you drops Thursday, be watching that, and I was told today to watch Last of Us season 2. I did watch season 1, The Last of Us,
Mm.
but I can't remember nothing about it.
Damn.
I can't. Like, I really can't. I told you that's why I don't like watching shows when I have to take a break or something. Because I know I watched it, but I just don't know how I felt. Like, hey, what did I feel about this before? So I have seen people stream that game. I like watching the game play, but that's it. So, all right, Joy, you ready to get into WrestleMania recap? And I know we was live for it, but we can go through it. Anything on I wish we could break it down, but I don't even know the order of it either. Anything that happened in WrestleMania you like, dislike?
Man, WrestleMania. I'm still caught up with Raw. To be honest with you, I'm still
Yeah.
on the Raw train right now. But at WrestleMania, man, I think overall WrestleMania was solid. I like
When
that
I
Jay
say
got his payoff.
WrestleMania, yeah, when I say WrestleMania, I'm also just meaning for me the Raw after WrestleMania because we know that's all connected to. So just the entire weekend that was WrestleMania to me.
Yeah, man, I like Jay. Jay got his payoff. Jay got his title. That
Yeah,
was probably my biggest win. Selfishly, right? It's always good to see a Uso come out on top.
yeah,
Um, man, the Paul Heyman turn.
yeah,
That one was almost took the weekend. Be honest with you.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I I think I'd rather go with the dislikes because I don't think there was too many things that I disliked, but I didn't like taking the titles off of Liv and Raquel just to give it back to them the next day.
Hmm.
And I'm also noticing that Liv has this thing she does when anytime somebody she's beaten shows back up, she plays like scared little girl role and runs away and is intimidated. And then after the first appearance, then it's like, oh, this is the Liv that came back on Revenge Tour. This is the Liv that was focused and locked in. Great acting, you know what I'm saying? But she it's like she always does this like fearful, scared thing. And I'd be like, Liv, you got it like that. I don't think you have to be trembling. Like you stand 10 toes with them too. So I didn't like the whole take the titles off and give it back with Becky. Like, I feel like they could have probably just did the turn with Becky the night before at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they could have just did it at the match with them losing if that was the direction they were gonna go. Um JD did show up. We thought he was gonna show up during the Fatal 4-Way. JD showed up at Raw. So, we just got the wrong date. I want to know how long they're gonna drag this Finn thing out with not helping Dom in the titles.
I don't know, man. It looks like. I mean, if we know anything about what Triple H does, right? It's not gonna be something that happens immediately.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, I said this in the chat. At some point, I gotta just step back and be a fan, because if I sit here and do too much, you know, guessing on what's gonna happen or try to, foresee what the storyline is,
yeah,
then I start losing my enjoyment for it because I'm too busy watching for stuff. But like,
yeah,
I feel like I just gotta step back and just be a fan right now.
yeah. Nah, I just feel like Finn's getting stuck. I mean, again, I have to, I'll just being back, but I don't feel like he was like this with Damien. When Damien was champion and he was having to support him, even though Damien did cash in on him, right? Was that right?
Yeah.
Thought he did or stopped his cash in.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe I need to double back and get a more stance of where Finn is and kind of what do, because I heard somebody say that he was actually getting ready to leave WWE.
Nah, he ain't going nowhere.
I was like, what is Finn really getting ready to go? I was like, it don't seem like it. So somebody had just meant like somebody just randomly mentioned that. I was like, I don't think so. My other question, how long till we see Cody again? He didn't show up.
Um, I wouldn't imagine he show up on Raw, right? I think they gotta play that out. They gotta
Yeah,
play that out with Cena. Cena's probably gonna be on SmackDown, maybe. I know it wasn't officially announced, but that might be where Cody comes back, just to give us the speech, the "I'm not done, it's not over" type speech. But
yeah,
if we don't see Cody this week, I doubt we'll see him for a couple months.
yeah. Like him and Gunther, I feel like when you come off a title reigns like that, best thing is to do is just to take a little time away. I don't want to say like whether it's a month or between the next PLE, but just give them time and the fans time to kind of readjust and step back, instead
Hmm.
of thrusting them right into something else. But you were right about Braun Breaker being a Heyman guy. I don't think it's bad when you kind of know something is gonna happen. I think it's just the way that you get us there. And this for Braun joining Seth and Heyman so quickly was like it was better than him. I mean, he could still do it, but it's a better move to me than him just kind of running straight at Jay and being his first title defense, like without being attached to this. Now that Braun is attached to this, you're like, oh snap, this could go a lot of different ways for a lot of people, whoever they encounter.
Yeah, I like that they did that because it leaves a little bit of a kind of room for Jay to develop his title run, because I don't think it's gonna be a quick run.
No, I mean,
But I think it gives him a little bit of a leeway to be able to step back and be like, all right, now I can actually do some work with this run. Now I can actually let it develop a little bit, right?
Yeah.
One thing I saw on Raw, and Serena didn't agree with me, but Sammy looked real envious at Jay, man, and then Jimmy came out to stop that. There was this moment where the camera perfectly positioned down at the corner while Jay was on the corner and Sammy was in the middle of the ring, and he kind of gave him that look like
Yeah.
that should be me. I beat Gunther last year at
Yeah.
Mania. That should be me.
Yeah.
And then
No,
Jimmy came out to almost stop that.
Yeah.
So that might be some sort of foreshadowing with Sammy.
I want to know what they're gonna do with the Gunther McAfee thing. Like, I know that was set up, but again, I don't expect Gunther to be back no time soon. And I want to know what's gonna happen to Pat and whatever direction they'll be heading with that.
It might be setting up bringing back Goldberg to have his last match.
It could be.
I mean, that's just
Stephanie-
speculation, of course, but
Stephanie Vakir showing up Raw after Mania to go against EO. I remember her saying that EO was her dream matchup after the Rumble. So I thought that was a really good way to capitalize on that. I feel like EO has a good chance to help a lot of women kind of work their way in and kind of get, the feel for what the crowd is going to engage into them. Felt like Stephanie had a good reaction. Said Roxanne and Julia popping up the way that they did. Said I feel like they might be doing something with Becky and them too, since all these people is kind of turning. Told you I feel like Becky is the one who attacked Bayley, So I want to see what they do with that. Penta, I do think Penta might move from the IC to the United States Championship and go get a hold of that one for a little bit. I don't think they kind of really know what they're. Well, I don't feel like nobody's had a run with that title, and everybody was kind of intact with it,
I mean, that might put him on the same brand as his brother, which is what they were trying to avoid before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice.
I mean, I know there is the history between Penta and Jacob in the Indies. They've had great matches. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think Penta's title chasing right now. I mean,
yeah,
you might see something more with Dom with the way he lost, but I don't think he's title chasing right now. I think you'll see him in a couple feuds, especially with them buying AAA, with all the luchadors.
yeah.
I think you'll see him a lot over there, leverage to kind of bridge that gap as that guy that bridges that gap. I think we'll see a lot of that with Penta.
Yeah. Who else was there? I'm trying to think of the matches. I feel like I'm drawing a blank. Stone Cold stupid behind running into that lady. And she was upset. Like, come on, woman. You was in the front row. You can't be doing that. There's something could happen. You need to be prepared and ready to make it happen. And adjust. And that lady, she was real upset. But
she got shook. She didn't get hurt. So her over there trying to act like she got hurt. No, you got shook that a 4-wheeler ran into your thing.
He missed the ramp, like originally coming up. I said, this dude, they should have known from then if he missed the ramp, not to really be worried about it. So that was, Stone Cold was hilarious. Oh man, I do want to see Bianca grabbing the title for EO and coming out even after the match to help her. I felt like that was a good way to go. I don't feel like everybody has to turn on somebody, or maybe it's me, but I don't feel like every champion has to be a baby face. And I feel like people are trying to like always make every champion a baby face.
Yeah.
And like Dom's reaction, I felt like that was like natural and organic when he won. People was genuinely like, "Oh, I mess with Dom. Like I really mess with him now."
And I'm booing him for long enough. We can cheer for him now.
Yeah, and I feel like that goes all to Cena's promo. Like the fans are gonna change. I don't think you can force it. You just OG Edward told me, we was like, when it come to wrestling, the last thing you want is silence when you walk out. You want them cheering or you want them booing. He said you do not want silence when you come out. So
one or the other.
Yeah, I don't know who the heck Rusev is. I need to go figure that out
He's
for myself.
He's back from post NXT. So it's when Triple H was the NXT guy, and he was developing a lot of talent. Like Finn Balor's originally a Triple H guy, Karrion Kross is, but he's from that era. He didn't make it out the Vince era.
Yeah. Said it was been 5 years since he's been back.
Yeah.
I said, dang. So he wasn't around for none of COVID. That was crazy.
Yeah, he went over to he was over at AEW.
Something that Seth did in it was he doesn't address Dean Ambrose as Dean Ambrose when he talks about him in W. He calls him Mox.
Yeah, Mox.
Which, you know, yeah.
He uses his real name in AEW.
Yeah. And people were like, you should notice when he's saying Mox instead of calling him his WWE name because of, I guess, legal rights, I guess, or whatever. That he shouldn't call him like Dean because then it might give away, if he ever is to come back, that they're bringing that character back. Because he wouldn't.
I don't even know.
Because he wouldn't come back here and be Mox. He would have to come back and be, you know, go under the name Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
But man, I think Seth. I didn't expect Heyman to turn on Punk and Reigns. I expected him to turn on one of them. I told you I didn't think he was going to do both. I thought he was going to turn on Roman, and then eventually that would have took out Seth, and Roman just would have went scot-free. But like him turning on both was better. I didn't actually think he like needed to join Seth because I was with you. I thought he would just win and kind of been a Braun guy, but being the mouthpiece for, you know, these two here, I think that's a good thing. I just want to know, like, maybe because I wasn't around with the other factions, with like Batista and Randy Orton, like how dominant these dudes might be, or like what is their real angle? Because Seth's whole thing was he's here to save wrestling, and I want to know what that looks like as they go forward.
I don't know, man. I'm interested. I mean, like you said, it could be something like Evolution. I mean, if you look at the way Seth has done things, he's got a real similar path to Triple H, and Triple H is somebody that, you know, he always talks about he likes to model his career after. So he's having a very similar path that Triple H did in bringing the Evolution and bringing that whole thing to WWE.
Yeah,
I mean, he brought in Randy Orton. It was him and Ric Flair. So if you look at it in that sense, you got a Ric Flair type in Paul Heyman, and then you got a Triple H type in Seth Rollins, and then you bring in someone like Braun Breaker. Is there possibly room for somebody else? I don't know.
I do feel like there's going to be somebody, but I don't think they're going to join no time soon. Do you think this is a potential to build towards War Games?
No, I mean I don't want to say that they're gonna play that out in War Games, because then that would involve something with Roman and Punk again. It involves someone else that they'd have to inorganically put into the group to fight against them. I don't think they're gonna go back to the well and the bloodline thing. It just doesn't make sense right now.
No.
Nah. I mean, thinking that far out, I don't think they play that to War Games. I think War Games, they're gonna use War Games in the future as the up and comers, kind of like they did with the women's last year, right? They put that group of women together to basically battle it out, and I think that's what it's gonna look like for the men's this year. I don't think we're gonna see any established beef. You know what I mean?
I want to know what goes on for Naomi and Jade and Bianca. Jade got the win. Does she feel justified? Naomi lost. She took the pin. I mean, not Naomi and Bianca lost. Like, I want to know what happens with that. Like, at least I don't feel like this should be the end of it between them three.
Mm-hmm.
At least I feel like there's still some room to work there. But I also don't think it's right for people to be like, Bianca was behind the attack the whole time. Like, I don't feel like that's right for that to become an angle with Naomi, you know, and Jade. So I want to see what happens with them three. I think that's going to be a good storyline. If they can at least get it through till the next PLE is Backlash, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, at least get through to that point, and then we'll be
Backlash
cool.
in a couple weeks, and man, from there, After Backlash, you're kind of just setting up for SummerSlam.
Raw's here in KC next Monday, and if I do go, I'm gonna pull like you said. I'm just buy the tickets last minute. I'm gonna
Man,
just grab them.
seems like that's the best way to do it, man. Like,
Yeah.
you can get last minute tickets. It seems like they're so much cheaper.
And a part of me was like, man, I should try to grab some seats below, but I'm like also like, let me go last minute. I'll be okay at the top if I can get some cheap tickets just to get in the door, have some
Man,
fun.
maybe not even at the top, right? Like if you can get those ones that sit up, like the floor seats are cool if you're in the first couple rows. As soon as
Yeah,
you
yeah,
start ending like further back on the floor, it's just a waste of a ticket. But like those
yeah.
seats that are sitting on a little elevated and that give you a full ring view, bro, those are the best ones to have.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. That's why if we go, that's what I'm trying to get at. I forgot about it. I actually need to re-ask my wife and just be like, hey, Kim, is this a possibility? But more than likely, I I enjoy watching it from the crib. Like I do. I think more and more I'm like, I don't really want to go out and watch things I want to watch at the house. I don't want to be at the building or with a bunch of people. So
It's a hell of experience though. That's one thing. Like if you
yeah,
could experience that once in your lifetime where you can get there, definitely got to experience, man. It's
yeah, that's
worth
my
it.
homies who hit me up. Like, we going to Backlash. You want to come to St. Louis with us? I was like, yeah, that's Mother's Day weekend and my wife's birthday. Not even gonna ask. Said I'm not even gonna ask.
He said, I'm not even gonna cross that bridge. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
like
leave
that's
that alone.
Saturday. I'm like, that's Saturday, bro. I said, y'all. I said, I'm not even gonna ask. I said, it's all right. I said, we'll do something else next time. I said, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that one.
Yeah.
So,
You don't want to mess
any
with that one.
yeah, any other thoughts on anything WrestleMania like recapish? I love
No.
that Randy Orton was the one who came out and interrupted Cena. Didn't even think about that. RKO Cena didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. None of that. So
The legend
I
killer.
was, yeah, I was glad, and I want to know what man. Yeah, that was a real good move. I like that. I really like that. So, and the whole Joe Hendry showed up on NXT today. Yeah, he interrupted Trick Williams and the other dude.
I didn't even get a
So
chance to watch NXT.
I just seen the clip as like we was getting ready. I was just scrolling. I was like, Joe showed up to NXT, interrupted. I said, man, and still carrying the TNA title. So I said, this brother's trying to get over here to WWE. He's like he's
Oh
sick of
man.
this.
I know when his contract is up, first place he'll be looking at WWE.
Yeah, I said that brother is done with this. He's ready to make his move.
I know they're gonna
So
have a spot waiting for him too.
yeah, yeah, they will. They will. I feel like it was a good reaction and a good time had um with his segment with Randy. That just felt like fun. I was like, I wanted to see them wrestle because I didn't want Randy to just RKO him and it be like a 30-second, 10-second match.
Yeah.
I like exactly how it played out. Like that was perfect to me. So yeah, he called Trick Williams. He said, yeah. I gotta get more. I gotta see more Joe, but he definitely has a following. So that's it for me, WrestleMania wise. I know we've been getting our takes off in
Same.
the chat and stuff, but yeah, I am gonna double back. So I seen The Rock had a quote that said he only did what he did because I guess TKO people said that sells for Elimination Chamber.
Ticket sales.
Yeah,
I don't know how much of that I want to believe.
I I know business is business, and I'm not gonna say not to. And the WWE to me at this point is almost like the NFL. It's just going to be at a place where you're always going to end up in the green. I don't know how you get a bad product. Like, I don't know how you not make bread off of an event. Like, with the momentum and the support y'all have, it's just always going to go up. So I don't know, like, what that was, but yeah, we'll see. I'm giving The Rock a little grace. Like I said, I wish he would have been there because the only reason I felt like Cena had a chance to win was because he was supposed to have his support. Travis Scott was there on The Rock's behalf, but I still feel like his presence would have made sense there. But the fact that the whole sell your soul thing is open, I like that
Yeah.
because I feel like it opens a continuous door now.
Yeah, I think there's such a big story still to tell there. Um, and I know eventually it's gonna be a payoff, but that's kind of what I was referring to specifically as far as like eventually I'm gonna have to just step back and be a fan, cause
Yeah.
right, like something's got to happen, and probably not gonna be what I expect. Probably not gonna be what anyone expects, which is what I prefer, right? I prefer not
Yeah.
to watch it every day and be like, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. I know this is gonna happen. I'm looking for this. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun just being able to step back and kind of soak it all in.
Yeah. No, you're right. Well, that's it for me with WrestleMania. I'm low key be a little upset. Like if I do go to next week's Raw or happen to get the chance and it's like a whack Raw because they've all expended all their energy. And they be like, who wants to wrestle? I'm like, I'll wrestle. And I'm getting RKO by Randy Orton because nobody wants to show up. So that's funny.
He said, "I'll wrestle."
Man. All right. I didn't watch no NBA playoffs. You want to give recap of the Lakers Wolves game?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Game 2 is happening right now. Luka's going off. Luka had a hell of a first quarter. I think he had like 16, 18 in the first quarter. But game 1, man, I think game 1 was just them getting punched in the mouth. They got punched in the mouth and they were out physical. Um, they got dominated by Jaden McDaniels. They got dominated by Nas Reed. Ant didn't even do anything too much, right? I mean, they shut him down all season. Every game they played, Ant, he hasn't had too much of an impact. Um, but I think they let that kind of get to them that last game. They overplayed on Ant, and they kind of left the role players open.
Yeah.
Jade McDaniels has had a hell of a season, man. Especially these last couple weeks leading into the postseason, man. He's been having a hell of a season, so it's not surprising to see him go off like that. It's also not surprising to see Nas do what he did. Nas to me going into this was the X factor in this whole matchup. He was a guy that you look at and kind of say, all right, if y'all gonna beat us, it's probably gonna be him.
Peyton Pritchard won 6th Man of the Year.
Yeah, deservingly, I think.
That was the only award that I saw posted. I didn't see any of the other ones. Like, okay, Peyton, way to do your thing, brother.
Yeah, I think Peyton won that one deservingly.
Yeah, I said, okay, Peyton, do your thing.
Something to add to his resume. He's not just a champion; he's now a 6th Man of the Year.
Yeah. People, it's a funny clip. I seen him like last year hooping and just some random league just getting hooping. He was killing everybody, and people were like, "Yo, it always reminds me of Scalabrini said. He said, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me." You know what I'm saying? Like being an NBA player is different. Being an NBA player is different, and it really is.
The fact of that has to hurt a lot of people's ego, and it shouldn't because it is exactly that. It's fact, bro. Like Scalabrini is closer to LeBron James than anyone in a men's league is to Scalabrini.
Yeah. It really is insane. So, all right. I don't really told you I don't have nothing NBA playoff wise. I was so locked in with everything that was WWE and ready for the draft. So,
I mean, there's nothing else real NBA wise. I think the teams that are winning aren't surprising, right? Pacers pulled out to a 2-0 lead earlier today. Or they're up 1-0. Game 2 is today, I believe. Today or tomorrow.
I shared a clip of Kuzma selling 2 layups. I was rolling.
Dame said he gonna be back for game 2.
Okay.
No, actually Indiana did pull out. They're up 2-0 right now. Thunder's up 2-0 on the Grizzlies. Thunder about to sweep the hell out of them. At some point, the Grizzlies just gotta blow it up. Like, why are y'all? I know you're not locked in on the playoffs, but the Grizzlies should not be in the playoffs right now. Like, at all. They have no business being in the playoffs. The Rockets against the Warriors, I think they just got a bad matchup with an experienced team that knows what to do. They're an older team. They don't have to be super uber athletic. They just got a whole bunch of IQ on that team.
No, you're right. They got to figure something out with the Grizzlies. Hey, they got to figure something out. I mean, you could stay pat and maybe make an adjustment, but yeah, I'm with you. Especially after the coaching change, we'll have to. They're gonna have to cook that. Get up out of there.
Yeah, then we got Boston, Orlando tomorrow, Miami, who's gonna get swept by the Cavs, I think. And then Golden State Rockets.
So yeah.
Uh,
Don't seem like this live's gonna be too long, and that's cool because boy, we live watched all of that mess. You know what I'm saying? And we about to live react to round 1 of the NFL draft. So you know what I'm saying? I'm cool. We're gonna be back up here for another 3-4 hours. So that's what's gonna be funny. Any draft thoughts before Thursday?
not really, man. I think we've kind of emptied the well on that, and I don't want to do what everyone else is doing and kind of oversell it, overtalk it. I think
Yeah.
what we've talked about, what we've covered, has been enough. Um, I'm pretty
I
confident in what we've talked about and what we've covered, so I'm good, man.
only thing that's gonna shock me, and the thing that I'm waiting for. You know, I told you Shadur was QB1 for me, but it wasn't no gap. If you take Cam Ward, you take Cam Ward. But all the reports is almost sounding like the Titans was locked in on Cam Ward from the jump, and it was just like no real trade that was gonna make a move.
Yeah.
Which if you're cool, you're cool. But then I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, I'm holding y'all extremely accountable. You know what I'm saying? Callahan, second year coach, and then you're a first year GM. You know, you're kind of running the cycle on some things. So I would, if you know, if they really was like come out and be like, hey, they had this offer on the table and they was just saying no, I'm be like, okay, well, y'all got the guy y'all wanted because this brother last look was like minus 20,000 to be the first pick. I was like, I don't think nobody else's odds was that big.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, maybe Cam Newton, but
Man, look,
I
that's crazy.
I look at the Giants. They got what, pick 2, pick 3,
3.
pick 3. The Giants got pick 3, and I seen somebody say this the other day. There's absolutely no way you looked at Daniel Jones and you were sold on him, but you're not sold on Shador.
Yeah.
Um, I,
I think
I
the problem for them is they like Schroeder, but they have to justify passing on Carter or Travis at 3. That like I think if they had the 4th pick and they didn't have to worry about that, then they would just straight up take them. But I think they have to literally sell to their people like, hey, if we just take Shedeur at 3, we're literally looking at Travis or Abdul Carter, and we're just like, we're good.
almost feel like you either trade back to 4 or 5, knowing that those guys at 4 or 5 are not gonna take a quarterback, or just take a quarterback, man. Like if I'm the Giants, right? I took Kayvon Thibodeau a couple years back.
Yeah.
He ain't did nothing for me. Tell me the difference
Yeah.
between Kayvon Thibodeau and you know what I mean? Like what's the difference between Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau?
I think if I got Hunter going too, I think if Carter's at 3, the Giants trade back for whoever wants to come up, but I got a feeling they'll trade back up for Shedeur. So I got a feeling they'll leave the top 10 for whoever wants to come up and get Carter, and then they'll jump back up in front of the Saints to make sure they can get Shedeur. That's
Um,
but I feel like if they're looking at Travis, they're not doing this.
I don't know. That might almost be too many moves for them. To be honest with you, right? Like
Yeah,
I think worst case scenario is if Shadeur's at 6, I don't see why the Raiders don't take Shadur.
and they gave Pete wants to win now,
I
and
get that. I get that. But
I don't think he's in any mood to develop nobody. I think he's trying to make a competitive team, and he's going to be looking at a GNT Graham, Ted Johnson. He's going to have a choice of a good player at a position that they need. So
I don't know. I think if the Giants trade back, it's probably gonna be with the Raiders to say,
see, I can see
yo,
that.
you gonna add Abdul Carter and or
Or
Travis
Travis.
Hunter at 3. You telling me you're not gonna trade up with us, knowing that New
Yeah,
England's probably gonna take a defensive
like,
player and or somebody that they can add to that offense.
yeah.
And then you got Jacksonville, who has obvious needs outside of quarterback, and then you're gonna land right back with the Giants at 6. Take Shador at
Yeah,
6. Why not?
that's what I said. I think if one of them's there, well, I think if Carter's there, they trade back. But if Travis is there, they just take Travis. That's how I feel. So
How you feeling about your team? sitting at number 8.
This is honestly the most nervous I've been for a draft because I don't really know what everything not named O-line and quarterback has to be addressed at least going into this year. So like the Bryce year was like, oh, clear, we're getting a quarterback. Last year was like probably gonna get a receiver. We'll see what we're doing, and then it happened. This year was like there's almost I feel like they can do no wrong, but I feel like they're in the position of like they will get their choice of the defensive players that aren't the top guys. You know, like Mason, Abdul, Travis should be gone. And then, like you said, it'll come down to Will Johnson, Jalen Walker, all these D linemen. We should get first pick at it. And then to me, that's scary because I don't feel like there's a gap between none of them. And we might pick the dude who's going to be a career 7-sack guy. You know what I'm saying? So like that's my fear. I'd rather be like, but it gives them their preference, so I'll get to see. So I really don't know what they can do. I do got a feeling they will trade back. Like I got a feeling like I would put 50% chance I think they actually trade back and just take any deal. Because they've been looking at a lot of people who seem to be more later rounds.
So. Man, the Eagles, I hope in the second round, which high possibility, right? In the second round, when it gets to our pick, we got a couple picks in the second round, I think. And Jalen Milroe sitting there, I think we gotta grab him.
Yep.
I think we gotta grab Jalen Milroe. I know our backup right now pretty solid. I mean, we let go of Kenny Pickett to the Browns for a reason. But I think we're picked 64 in the second round. Just 64? We only got one pick in the second round.
I feel like this draft has like the biggest tier 2 ever.
Yeah.
I feel like there's 40, 50 guys who could go round 1 or who could also go round 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's how it could be. So I'm excited. You know, I'm always excited for the draft. And the Kick It John O'Neill challenge. We'll be doing push-ups. I'm gonna make sure to try to eat lighter that day ahead of the push-up. Last time we was drinking, I was like, oh, I'll get some Church's chicken. Like, nah, this time I might have to figure something else out. So
hey man, all I know is I'm glad we ain't drinking because bruh, that be my biggest motivation not to lose the John O'Neill challenge is I'm not trying to get towed up right now. I gotta wake up tomorrow and play basketball.
Yeah,
go Pack, go. Boo.
I was super close to taking off Friday. Just because I'm like, I don't want to go in the day after because I know we'll be up.
Will Green Bay take an old lineman at 23? Man, at 23, y'all probably have the best position to pick what's left over. That's like the best position to be at for what's left over.
Yeah, because there's that entire 12 to 20, you know, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always the weirdest spot of the draft is the middle. Because you're just like, oh, do I like this guy? Do I like that guy? So that's always the weirdest spot to be in. It really is.
Yeah. I do still see Philly trading out of that 32nd spot and getting a couple more picks in the second round. We only have one pick in the second round and one pick in the third round right now. You know that ain't going to sit like that. Either we're going to trade that pick for a player to win now, a young player to win now, or we're going to trade that pick to go back a couple positions and grab a couple more spots. I hope JT ends up on our team.
Yeah, I feel like JT and Sawyer are just extremely being slept on. And all they do is hoop. So that's it. All right. Quick lie today. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too well. We've dug into a lot, but this was the season we was waiting on. We're done with Mania. 2 days from now, or a day and a half from now, whatever, we'll be on live for round 1 of the NFL draft, having a good time doing our push-ups. So we will see y'all then. So any final words before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Ant-Man, Batman, Joanna Man, Lakers in 5.
Yeah, F. Adam Silver with my 5th pick. I'm about to get in a lottery. I hate that guy.
Hey, what you
All
gonna do
right.
if y'all get the first pick?
Oh, man, I'm losing my mind because, like, yeah, I'm gonna lose my mind over Cooper Flag. So he's like obviously just the player that he is, but he fits exactly what the team needs. So I'm gonna be too happy.
You
I'm
going
gonna lose my mind.
you gonna be cool with pick 2 or 3 too?
Oh yeah, because I'm a big Ace Bailey fan
Ace
too.
Bailey.
Yeah, I'm a big Ace Bailey fan. That dude is a bucket. Like that dude is a bucket. That's something we need. Like if it's not Cooper, it's Ace Bailey for me. Straight up. That's the
Oh,
only two names that I'm really entertaining.
cool.
So
Hey, that's it for me.
all right, y'all. We will see y'all Thursday for round 1 NFL draft. John O'Neill challenge. We're gonna kick it, y'all. Let's get out here, get some rest, be safe, y'all. Get hydrated, everything you need to do tomorrow, because we got a lot of push-ups we're gonna have to do on Thursday. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We out.